Hello, happy day 24. I zeroed yesterday in Gorham at the barn, and they dropped a group of us back off at Route 2 just after 7 this morning. So yeah, getting into the Wildcats, Carter, and the Presidentials in New Hampshire. So it's a long stretch. When I resupplied, I was looking at the stretch from Gorham to Lincoln or North Woodstock, and that's about 75 miles. But folks were saying that they're going anywhere from like 10 to 13 mile days. Yeah. So I packed out 5 days of food, and my pack is so heavy. It feels so heavy. I did weigh it on the scale with food and water this morning, and it's at 27 pounds, which I know compared to most hikers, like that is nothing, but whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. Also, I bought some bulky items, so my pack is exploding. I don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, a lot of the northbounders will get picked up at the most southern road for Gorham and stay the night in the barn, get dropped back off, hike the 21 miles, and then come back to the barn either that same day or the next day, which would have been smart. That would have been an easier carry. But also, like, that plan means that I'm staying more time in town, which means spending more money, and I already took a zero and a nero. I'm good. My resupply at Walmart was already more than I expected. Yeah. So today I am planning on only going 8 miles, which seems ridiculous that I started so early, but that's the time that the shuttle ran. So I'm going to take my time today. So in about half a mile, I'll stop at the Rattle River shelter, make some coffee, eat some oatmeal, try to lighten this pack a little bit, eating some of the heavy and bulky items. Yeah. So the campsite in 8 miles is Imp Campsite, and it is ran by the AMC, which is the Appalachian Mountain Club in New Hampshire. There's drama there with them and through hikers, but that's a whole thing. So not going to get into that today, but they have paid campsites. And if you're a through hiker, you get a little kind of punch card thing that you then get soup and pastries and discounted tent sites through New Hampshire at any of the campsites or the huts, which there are a lot of huts on the trail as well. Just finished my breakfast at the Rattle River Lean-To shelter. They switched names at some point on the trail. And she rose here because this is where she camped yesterday. She hiked out of town at like 2 and just kind of had a Nero on trail, which sounds fantastic. So yeah, it's only 6 miles to the campground. I do have to climb another 4,000 foot peak, Mount Moriah, I believe. So yeah, that'll take some time, but surely not all day. So yeah, I'll probably repack some things, try to better organize my pack, and start ascending. Whew. Getting up to the top, and the gray clouds have moved in. This chilly breeze thought it was going to be pretty nice today, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, y'all, it's only 0.7 miles to the campsite. So it'll be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The miles today have been flying by. It's been pretty easy compared to all of southern Maine that I just went through. It feels kind of like a waste of a day to stop at 1 in the afternoon, but it's the last campsite, I think. Well, the soonest campsite. I don't know. There's way off trail campsites that I could get the AT pass from, but this is the nearest one before I start running into the huts. So I'd like to have that card before I get to a hut where maybe I can get a pastry or a bowl of soup or something. So get that out of the way. Maybe I'll edit some more videos. Write in my journal. I bought a new journal when I was in Gorham, so I got that with me now. And then relook at the weather, because this looks grosser than what it should have been or what they forecasted. And yeah, I want to make sure that I get to Mount Washington when it is decent out. There was talk of thunderstorms on Tuesday, but if I go by my more aggressive mileage plan after today, I should be at Mount Washington on Monday. So as long as the weather holds out there. Yeah, going through this section of New Hampshire is very weather dependent. You do not want to be caught up on these mountains when there is extreme weather. People go up in shorts and then get hypothermia because it's cold and wet and like 60-mile-an-hour winds. So I feel more prepared than that, but still, it's a consideration. And this year the weather's been wild. It's been all over the place. So yeah, day by day. I made it to the campsite. I, for some reason, opted for the tent platform rather than going in the shelter. I don't know, in my mind I was like, I just want to pack up early in the morning and scoot out without waking a ton of people. But I don't know, y'all, it's pretty windy. I'm kind of cold, but here we are. Yeah, so I made some coffee and just trying to eat down some of my more bulkier items, specifically the bag of Cheetos. I don't know, I saw another gal with a bag of Cheetos and I wanted to tackle her for them, so I bought a bag of Cheetos instead. And now I'm greatly regretting it because they take up so much space in my pack. But that's fun. Cheetos and coffee for lunch today, folks. This 10-degree bag is totally paying off.